All right, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video today. Today we're gonna get into pricing predictions for Tesla, all the different models in the next. Well, we don't even know what this. It could be literally. It literally could be as early as tomorrow, based on another thing which I'm gonna make a video about because Tesla China just dropped. Of course, in China, the new year rolled over last night or yesterday, and they made some big announcements to some of their changes as well. So we're going to predict. I'm a little bit more organized. I put it on a nice Excel spreadsheet so we can take a look at it. But I want to know your guys' thoughts. Do you guys agree with me? And we'll go one by one, and by Model 3, Model Y, and of course S and X. And I want to know what you guys think. So I want to see what do you guys think the prices are going to get changed to and all that stuff. But before we get into that, let's roll that intro real quick. All right, so thanks for watching another video. Thanks for watching another stream. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on your Tesla. We make, 2 to 3 videos, maybe even 4 videos a day now. So if you're interested in any of that and Tesla content, please hit that subscribe. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description if you want to support the channel, but more on that later. All right, so let's take a look. So this all kind of started because of this. This is what's actually happened in the most recent one second. This is what's actually happened most recently because of the tax credit that's come out from the IRS. And basically there are now price caps that are released for all the EVs in the next few, I guess next quarter, really, actually, at the end of the day. And so there's a bunch of buzz around this, but the biggest thing that came as a surprise was as there's a difference between the Tesla Model Y 5-seater and the Tesla Model Y 7-seater. And I've been refreshing this every single day because, there's a lot of people out there that think this is a mistake because, why should it be different between 5-seat versus 7-seat? But I refreshed it earlier today, and it looks like they also added 2022 and 2023. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. And so the reason why I wanted to make this video today is because, well, of course, Happy New Year, Happy New Year's Eve. Tomorrow is January 1st, and we could see prices completely change, even starting tonight at midnight. We don't even know. So I actually put a poll on my channel, on my community page, to see when do you think Tesla will change the pricing of Model 3, Model Y, S, and X, and then when. And of course, an overwhelming majority, 28% of 416 votes said January 1st. Of course, this could be trolling. We're just going to put it, January 1st out there for wishful thinking. And then a couple of people said, maybe the 3rd when the Q4 numbers are released. 26th of January, or actually the 25th is when the next earnings call is out. So really not then, but then I guess the second majority was end of quarter 1, 2023. So March, if they feel like they need to hit that demand lever to get more sales, that's probably would be the best time for them to do some sort of price changes, maybe end of February, or maybe, just like how they did in December of this past month, where they rolled out that $3,750 discount. They could do it at the first part of March. So let's get into the video. Let's get into, this whole part of predicting all these prices. And I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear what you guys think. Do you think I'm spot on? Do you think I'm off my rocker here? Or, definitely put some comments in the chats or all that stuff. But we'll go line by line, model by model. And the first one, Model S and X. Of course, it's not huge volume. So I kind of just threw out predictions out there. So we got it organized by current pricing here on the left side. We've got if they were to change prices. I put 1/1 because it's as early as 1/1, but really any time in the first quarter when they'll actually change the prices and what they'll be. And then this last section right here, I just put crazy prediction. If they were to go balls to the walls and Tesla just really needed sales and they want to kind of reset everything, that's where they would go. So first one here for my normal prediction, I think Tesla's going to knock off $10,000 off of the Model Model S and the Model S right off the bat, sometimes in Q1. So right now the Model X starts at 121. They're going to bring it down. So that's like a little bit over 10,000 down to 109,990. Model S, they would probably bring it $5,000 down, maybe even 10,000, but I think like 99, $5,000 less for the Model S. I think if it's a crazy prediction, they could go all the way back to pre-pricing, pre-2020 pricing, pre-2021 pricing. And that's exactly, these are the lowest numbers that the Model X and the new Model S both refreshes have ever actually been. So that's like my crazy prediction, and this is my like normal prediction. So $10,000 drop, a little bit over $10,000 drop for the Model X, and a $5,000 drop for the Model S. So hopefully I'm right. I mean, actually now that I'm thinking about this, they'll probably do a $10,000 drop for the Model S as well. So I'm going to change this 94,990. Then we're going to leave it at that. All right. So the next one is I'm going to do it this way. So okay, so now we'll go into the Model 3. Model 3 is, and then we'll end with the Model Y because Model Y is, highest volume. It's the best-selling car at the end of the day. So Model 3 standard range is right now today 47,990, and Model 3 long range is 57,990. So at the moment, if you think about it, with this $7,500 discount that they ran through the last week of the month, you could basically, minus $7,500 off of both of these prices, maybe plus or minus a little bit, and that would be kind of, they'd still be okay with selling it because they've already been doing it. So Model 3 standard range, I think they're going to come in around 41,990, and Model 3 long range like 51,990. So that way you have some room for options, color, paint upgrades, rims, all that stuff, a little bit of room, because the IRS Treasury guidance says that the Model 3 long range cannot be above $55,000 for the tax credit. And we can assume that the IRS and Treasury put this together from somewhere, or they got it from Tesla themselves. So I think that's really where it's going to be around these two prices here. Maybe even like 50,990, or if they want to get really crazy, like 49,990, even less for sure. So looking at that, let's take a look at what the crazy prediction would be. And this is what I put. So 39,990, which would mean a $32,000 Model 3 after the tax credit. And then for the Model 3 long range, 49,990, which would be a $42,000, 42,490 after the tax credit. So that's like my regular normal prediction, and then my crazy prediction, or maybe not even crazy, maybe by the end of 2023 Q4, we might actually even get to these crazy prices or low prices. All right, so this next one, Model Y, this one's a head scratcher for sure because of the 5-seat, 7-seat difference and all that stuff. But the one thing we know, like the Model Y standard range is out there available now. You can get them, here and there from inventory for 61,990. They pop up, not very often, but I think Tesla's going to open that up and bring that back so that customers can actually custom order them and take delivery. But for a while we were thinking, it's going to be maybe 58, 59, or somewhere in that price range. But it's looking like now that might be their low cost leading vehicle trim for the Model Y. Low cost Model Y. So that would make sense if it was like 55, 53, or maybe even 51. Someone commented a really good idea that it would be 54,990 and there would be no options. You couldn't change anything to that as well. So I think I kind of agree with that. So it's going to be in that same price range. The Model Y 7-seat versus the Model Y 5-seat, that's where it gets really tricky, because according to this RS page, these 5-seat cannot be above $55,000 in the long range version. So it's really a head scratcher. I don't think they're still going to drop it under $55,000. I think maybe they did that, to kind of hold that in their back pocket. But this is where I feel like it's going to be at. So the Model Y standard range, they're going to bring it right under that 55K, maybe even a little bit lower. I think the Model Y long range 7-seat maybe they'll bring that down to 65,990. And the Model Y long range 5-seat, this is where I'm just completely baffled. I don't even want to put a number here because I have no idea what they could do. Nothing makes sense to me at this point. So I think they're just going to keep it. I don't even know. I guess I could put 62,990 here or something. I just just really have no idea at this point. Like if you take this current price that they have now and minus 7,500, that puts it 57.58, but then that's so close to the tax credit. So I'm just, at a loss completely with this. But let's move over to the crazy prediction, right? Because if we think Tesla is going to get super crazy, at some point they could bring all these vehicles cascading down so that, all of them become eligible for the tax credit. And that's where the demand levers will get really pulled. And then orders, of course, will get pushed into the queue. So, they might not do it right away. It wouldn't make sense for them to. But at the same time, if this, first quarter is true and they really just want to, jumpstart 2023, they could just lower all these prices, crazily, so to speak, right off of the bat. So this is my crazy prediction. This is where I think might make sense, but let's go here. And this is my, if they were to go balls to the wall crazy, standard range 49,990, which would mean a after $7,500 tax rate 42.5. 7-seat would go to 59,990, which I guess the 7-seat would still qualify, would bring that down to 52,490. And long range 5-seat. Now this is crazy, I know, but 52,990, which would still make it qualify for the tax credit and also make it qualify for some of the options, the color and all that stuff. I mean, this would make sense, but I don't know if they're going to go straight to that right away. I think this is like their backup, plan D. If sales are just not going well at all, then they can pull this and go all the way down to these deep, deep margins if they want to by after summer or even maybe next December, because, this December was definitely crazy. And we'll see if the results actually worked, if the sales actually came through by the end of this month, to see if Tesla hit their, above 50% goal and all that stuff. But, next December might get interesting. I mean, if they basically did a $7,500 discount this year, then what's to say they don't do something like that next year? So these are my predictions. I just wanted to put it down to see numbers wise what made the most sense or not. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this. Let me change this one because I want this one to be that. Let me know what you guys' thoughts on it. Do you guys agree? Where are you guys at? I'm going to jump into some of the comments to see what the temperature is out there, and I'll leave this on the screen as well. But before we get into that, this video is sponsored by my Patreon link. If you want to support the channel, there's actually a Patreon link down below in the description, and there's a variety of benefits, and some of them actually include a one-on-one call with me where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, or even financing a Tesla. And after you schedule the call, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources that I use to get the best possible deal at the best possible price. So definitely check out that. And there's also other links down there like Tenet, which is sponsoring this month's videos or January's month's videos, which is a different way to finance your EV that also makes a lot of sense, especially if you have or thinking to get the Tesla in the next quarter with the $7,500 tax credit, because you can either finance or refinance your vehicle through Tenet and basically defer $7,500 or up to 25%. So definitely check out in the description if you're interested. So let's jump into some of the comments. All right, so it looks like, let me move this here. There we go. Much better. Micah, afternoon, I saw a Model Y all-wheel drive standard range pop up and tried to get it, but they said it was a mistake because they don't sell those in my area. Interesting. What area are you at? Not Texas, I guess. M2AP. Does that mean Model Y Performance will get a 7-seater? I really don't know. That doesn't make any sense to me, but I didn't even keep the Performance or the Plaids on this because I feel like that's not, bulk of the sales. So I just didn't feel like putting it on there. Micah Moore, I guess we'll have to get Model Y with third row because tax credit seems silly. Yeah, unless, these price changes could be, as soon as even tomorrow based upon a lot of the stuff what we talk about on the channel and a lot of the discounts that happened in Q4, China did them first or did some sort of form of them first, and then US followed short, soon after. And China just did something last night, which we're going to make the next video on today, that was kind of interesting. So we'll see. Slap. If you change the price, will they automatically adjust your order if you haven't taken delivery yet? Yes, they should adjust it so that you would get the lower price or whichever is lower. Happy Hippo, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. My prediction, Model Y 5-seater standard range 54,990 and long range 62. Yeah, I mean, it could certainly be that. They could certainly go to that initially and then slowly start to trickle as we get to throughout the next year if sales don't go in their way. Sunday, how likely is the standard range Model 3 dropping to 41,990? I mean, who knows, right? We don't know. Like if Tesla hit their number and sales are still doing good through Q1, then they might not even need to drop any of these prices. Maybe they just keep it. But the one thing we do know is this vehicle, the Model 3 long range, does not qualify in its current state for the tax credit. So this probably is more than likely the only thing on this sheet that will 100% change. And everything else is kind of like a big maybe. This one's probably like a 99% chance of it actually coming through to the gate. Bahar TV-AF. My Model Y long range will no longer be produced because of the standard range will be the standard with LFP batteries. Charge to 100% or charge to 80%, you still get the same range. Yeah, exactly. That's why I actually tell people, because it's you can charge those LFP batteries up to 100%, so it's literally the same amount of mile range, like maybe like plus or minus 10 to 20 miles. So it's actually the same. So you think that the Model Y long range will just get killed and axed, maybe the 5-seat? Yeah, I could easily see that. Like they basically just don't do this one anymore. They go straight to this, and then you have this for 54,990. Yeah, I mean, or even low 51s. I could see that. And then basically the 7-seat is a true SUV, and so they can really price that whatever they want at the end of the day. Lena, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Hoping they do something significant since they failed to deliver my Model Y performance by today and it doesn't qualify for the tax credit. Yeah, I mean, I could easily see the performance variance dropping down $500 to maybe even $7,500 across the board, just because that's like probably a small percentage. They usually sell long ranges and standard range more, so who knows really. Angel, all models dropping on price. Think about it. Layoffs, quantitative tightening, high interest rates, and possibly going higher. Supply catching up. The fact that Tesla is offering discounts is a sign of prices of eventually dropping. Yeah, I mean, there was the one thing that was going on in December is a lot of people were pushing off their delivery and order because of that pending tax credit, on top of the high interest rates, quantitative tightening, layoff, and all that stuff. But high interest rates, of course, if you've been watching the channel, you know where to get the best interest rates on your Tesla. And, it's definitely not Tesla financing. It's some of those other videos I've made, especially during using those credit unions. Happy Hippo, that would be upsetting for people that paid $65K for a long range and $69K for the performance today, and not to mention some of those who did not put money down would be drastically underwater. Yeah, it's definitely a scary time, for sure. But I feel like we're just going back to normal times where when you buy a car, you drive off a lot and you lose money. Like basically, like because of how much tax and all that stuff is, no matter what, like that's how vehicle sales used to be at the end of the day. Like you can't buy a Tesla or buy any vehicle and make money on it. And just that wasn't realistic, unfortunately, for the past 2 years. It kind of just messed and skewed everything with that. But I definitely understand what you're saying. Ati, I think you are close. I was thinking about along the same lines. Not sure about the crazy price idea. Maybe I'll get lucky by pushing delivery to 2023. Washington State. Okay, yeah, interesting. Let's Warfox, welcome to the stream. The 2020 refresh is making me wait. Yeah, and also like there's other things that could be coming next year as well. Sunday, how likely is the Model 3 standard range dropping to 41,990? Oh, you asked it again. Gotcha. Thank you. Yeah, definitely some pretty interesting stuff. I mean, let me know your guys' thoughts on this. Do you agree or do you not? I mean, this could quickly be a thing starting, very, very soon, but we just don't know at this point. And these are just like my thoughts and my speculations, but who knows? I mean, time will tell, especially with all these key dates coming up in the next month or so. And hopefully, I mean, Tesla, there's a group of people out there, early in December that got the 3750 that were feeling salty when they went to 7500. And then now, Tesla went to 7500, and Tesla can, do whatever they want to ensure that they want sales and numbers. So, there could be more changes that would also upset people that got the $7,500 discount as well. But of course, at the end of the day, tax credit versus discounts, all that stuff, very, very interesting. Detective Pikachu, welcome to the channel. Just curious, I still have time to go buy a Tesla before the new year? Do I go straight to a Tesla store? Yeah, that's tough. I mean, at this point, it's 5 p.m. If you're on California or West Coast time, you could. I would go to your local one and just knock on the door and say, hey, like, is there any vehicle that I can buy today? Most likely, if you have good credit and good income, you could probably get the deal done, because you would have to 1000% go through Tesla financing at this point, and then you could just get it done and buy the car for sure. Warfox Model 3 long range probably will be 52K. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That this seems like to be the highest probability price change. Everything else, I mean, besides the Model Y stand range, but we don't even know if they're actually going to bring that back. But if they do, it would make sense, because then that would qualify for the tax credit as well. I mean, there's just so many different things, so many different directions that Tesla could go. Kennesix, that's me. Got the 3750, 4 days later, 10,000 miles, 4 days after that, 7,500. Yeah, I mean, I feel for you for sure. And like, it's that's why you just gotta be okay with your decision. You get a car earlier than everybody else. I mean, there's a good chance they don't even do this for a little bit into the month in January. They wait a little bit, but it's definitely tough, and I would be salty as well. So hopefully you buy it with good interest rates, low interest rates. Try and get a demo discount. That's why I always recommend demo at discount as much as possible, because then you like insulate yourself a little bit more than the 7,500 or whatever the vehicle is, because it's all about your in price and your out price. But of course, I'm coming from a different perspective, where I buy and sell cars and don't really hold them for too long, 6 months to 12 months. But if you're buying a Tesla and keeping it for 2, 3, 4 years, you're really not going to lose that much money. I mean, you will lose through payments and using the car, but you're going to actually get use out of driving your vehicle and your Tesla. Roberto, welcome. I got my Model Y Performance December 19th and missed the discount by 2 days. Yeah, I feel your pain for sure. I mean, I would be livid. I would be livid if I got the $7,500 and, it kind of is what it is at the end of the day. Prices will change. Prices can go up and prices can go down. That's for sure. Warfox, I'll most likely get the stand range, but we'll see the prices. Yeah. Definitely going to be a very interesting time in the next month. Definitely go to vote on this poll if you think it's going to be a little bit later or not. I've also been polling a bunch of different things, like earlier today. Do you think Tesla will drop the price for the Model 3 long range? Current price is $57,990. IRS tax credit is $55,000. And an overwhelmingly 55% actually said yes, but they said right under the $55K. So they're not leaving any options for colors, option wheels, or anything like that. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Thanks for watching the video. Please hit that like if you enjoy it. Check out the links below if you're interested in supporting the channel, like my Patreon link or the Tenet link. And I'll see you guys in 5 minutes when we talk about what Tesla China has done overnight, because it's their new year. So thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one. See ya.